Hello and welcome back to the Misfits podcast. Rated 5 stars on iTunes by Swagger Dogs.
Hey.
He
Is
says,
that your alt?
Pokey, I'm
Sorry.
doing the fucking intro.
I
Could you
know.
just shut up? He says, Amazon rainforest listened to this. Now it's the Amazon desert.
Why are you fucking clapping? That's terrible. The Amazon's on fire.
You guys were
Are
clapping.
you fucking kidding me?
That is like
No,
shockingly
no,
bad.
I'm clapping because that was a very good comment.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's
Why
a
is
nice save.
Pokimane here?
Thank you. I do what I can.
Guys, we're joined today by the wonderful Pokimane from Twitch.
Hi.
You
There
might
she
know her
is.
from my Minecraft videos.
That's the only
yeah.
place anyone ever knows.
you
me
might
from
have heard of
nowadays.
her.
I
She's-
did meet and greet the other day. All your fans.
Yeah.
Just full line of them. They're
I
like,
mean,
"Where's Fitz?
You've
Where's Fitz?"
been blowing up recently, and it's not hard to see why. Also joined by Swagger Souls himself. He's here on the
Hey.
show.
How are you?
And Toby.
Hi.
What's going
That's
on,
me.
guys? Different set. We're in LA right now. We're kind of in between, heading to TwitchCon soon.
Yeah.
While we were in town, we were like, hey, Pokimane. Well,
I
actually,
paid them to be here.
actually,
She was
Pokimane,
begging us.
she was like, please, can I come on the podcast? I
At
was
She's
first,
like, I
they just
really
kept
need this.
saying no, and then I started crying, and they finally said yes.
it was
so.
the tears that got us.
Yeah. When you started hyperventilating and you started to like cramp up, that's when I got concerned for your health.
Yeah, that was actually like wild. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Does this feel like charity to you guys? Or something?
Oh, honestly.
I love
yeah.
giving a
I
charity.
mean, we gave you some free merch.
When Make
Yeah.
a Wish.
They really
Can-
did.
How is it? Is it comfortable? Is it up to standard?
It doesn't matter. It's not for sale.
Listen, I
No, it
want to
is.
meme you
No, it's
guys,
not.
but it is really nice. And this isn't printed on; it's stitched on, so it's legit.
Embroidered.
Is it better than your merch?
Mm,
Or just as good?
Ooh,
Don't
alright.
push it.
Pokey's merch is sick. I've
Thank
seen
It is.
you.
Legitimately,
Oh,
yeah, legitimately
If
one
you
of
guys
the...
ever
I've never
want
been sent
anything,
free
I'll
stuff,
send you
but-
everything.
Do it. We need a
Yeah.
care package.
Especially send me the address to your house since you guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
dox us.
No promises. You guys watching?
So, Pokimane,
Uh-huh.
how does it feel to be my Minecraft girlfriend? Let's jump into it.
Jesus.
Fitz, how does it feel to be? Wait, I feel like first, if you want, you can actually explain
Okay.
how you got me on the podcast.
How did I get you on the podcast?
Okay, well, you tweeted on the.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you mean that? Okay.
Because you were going to mention it on the pre-show, but now the free viewers get the...
Yeah, well, I tweeted on the Misfits account one night. I was thinking of funny tweets, you know, I'm a funny guy. I like to tweet. And I tweeted out,
That was the only funny thing.
okay, guys, like, we're doing a show here. It's not I know we're on the couches, but it's not like middle school. We're not hanging out, all right? We're professionals. I tweeted out on the Misfits account, looking for a girl that sucks dick as good as the r/Misfits subreddit. Because our subreddit, let's be frank, sucks a lot of dick, all right? They're not
Can I
good.
just ask why? Like, are they just like boring, not memey enough?
I
What
think-
is it?
I don't, well, part
You
of it's,
want
part
to
of
know
it's
the real reason? We provide them with zero content.
that's the real reason.
Mhm.
There's not been enough content lately to generate good memes.
But
But
if you ask us, it's just that they suck.
Okay.
no,
got it.
honestly, like memes aside, me shitting on the subreddit is just my way of advertising the subreddit.
Yeah.
You know what I
Fair
mean?
enough.
It's infinity
That's
IQ
very
play.
It is
smart.
infinity
The problem is
IQ.
that now all the memes on the subreddit are about how I shit on the subreddit too
Yeah.
much.
Hey,
and
that's better than nothing.
or how I shit on the audio listeners. 'Cause
Fuck the
sometimes I
audio
insult our
listeners.
audio listeners.
Fuck the audio.
Especially for this episode.
No, I love the audio listeners, guys. Turn the fuck up if you're on the bus right now, going to school. Like you guys keep
You guys
killing
are
it,
working
dude.
hard.
Because you know what, the audio listeners, they're productive because they're
That's
doing
true.
other
They're
stuff.
Yeah,
multitasking
but-
typically.
You know what they're missing out on? I took you shopping today, and you look dapper as fuck. You know.
Thank you, Toby.
Can
They're
you put
missing out
your
on that.
foot back on
Should I
the
just-
table like you did before?
I didn't
Oh,
actually buy these
shit.
today. I bought these a while ago. So
Ooh, that
Yeah.
camera sees them nice.
is this an alpha move right here?
Yep.
But look
Cool.
at those jeans. Mm.
Thank you.
Mm.
Anyway, so you responded to that saying this sounds like something Fitz would tweet,
hmm
and,
And I was.
you were
completely
correct because I
yeah.
totally tweeted that.
I mean, yeah, 90% of the stuff on the Misfits Twitter is tweeted by you.
I'm pretty funny. What can I say? And then I responded with, "Sounds like you should come on the podcast." And then the next
Dude, that
day,
is-
Pokey
And
was
then-
like, "Hey, if you ever want me on the
I
podcast,"
messaged him because I knew that you guys were gonna be here for like a day or 2, and I also know pre-TwitchCon, I'm packed. So I was like, listen, like if you guys want to do it, let me know so I can make time for it. And he goes,
I said I'll think about it. I was like, "Great idea, Pokey."
publicly
Alpha.
tweets, you should be on the podcast. Me, okay, so like when? I'll think about it.
I was like,
Yeah,
"Great
you
idea."
gotta understand,
wow.
Pokey. It's PR.
Yeah.
We just want that response from you. You know.
Yeah.
Ah, free impressions. I
Mhm.
see.
Free
Mhm.
impressions.
Just
Yeah.
looking to use me like everyone else.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yikes. Off to a bad start, guys.
After this, we need to shoot a really high quality thumbnail, and then we should be done.
Hold on. Can I get a zoom?
Perfect.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
There you go.
We got it. We got everything we need. We're set. So yeah, I'll ask the question again because you avoided it.
I'm so sorry.
Well, how does it feel to be my Minecraft girlfriend?
Okay, first of all, I didn't know I was.
Okay, so first of all, I don't know if you noticed this, but our bed's been together for like, what is it?
Since the first video.
Since the first stream, pretty much. So
I
don't
didn't know
what
that's
kinda-
what it meant, and I actually asked you at one point. I don't know if you
That's
remember.
right, you
Yeah,
did.
I was like,
You did ask me. Actually, shit.
checkmate.
Fuck.
No, playing with you has been really, really fun.
Mhm.
And I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised by like how good our chemistry was right off the bat.
I shit on you.
Yeah.
You
No,
like,
but
you go like, no, my pet.
let me be honest. Fitz knows exactly where and how to shit.
Okay.
He's not wrong.
That's an attractive
He's not wrong.
quality.
He's
I
very
mean,
skilled at
there's some
shitting.
people you play with and they just banter and they really cross the line or they don't know how to gauge it. Or,
She's talking about Call Me Carson.
oh my God, actually not wrong. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Carson, the thing is, like, it's part of his brand to be that way, you know? So I wasn't
He's a
surprised.
walking shitpost.
Yeah. And in
That's
that
gonna
sense,
get clipped
it's fine.
so hard. Dude,
Don't interrupt the podcast and be like, that's a clip, boys. We fucking got it. That's a fucking clip.
Dude, Carson's gonna be crying.
No. I understand, like, that's part of how he acts and who
Sure.
he is. And I feel like it's become, like, such a meme, but I actually thought it was, like, fine to play with him. And I'm sure I'll play with him again someday.
Yeah,
I feel
Carson's a
like
cool dude.
He's a little, you know.
Just make sure your Minecraft beds aren't together.
Mine will
Maybe
be
extra
on a
strong.
whole different floor.
It'll be on the other server.
Another
Yeah.
chunk.
It'll be in the nether.
Yeah.
You'll literally go to our server to
Just
sleep.
kill yourself. Oh Jesus.
I mean, you're gonna see Carson at TwitchCon, so it's gonna be fun.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's gonna be a
I
great
guess,
time.
right?
Can you
Yeah.
imagine me and Carson meeting? He
You
just
haven't met
starts
yet?
crying.
You haven't been IRL?
I don't think so. I think he said he was going to try to meet me, but then he didn't last year or something.
Yeah, I think I recall him saying something about
I think he
there
got
being a lot of people
sidetracked.
around you or something.
Oh yeah, he saw a bodyguard and he was like, no.
All right. Yeah. Well, we'll be seeing him. We'll be seeing him in person.
Oh,
He-
100%.
He's a completely different animal in person.
I still yet to
Kind
meet
of.
him.
But still an animal?
Still an animal. Still one of those.
Having
Okay.
a bodyguard at TwitchCon is such a flex. I understand that you genuinely need it, but it's such a flex.
No, can I say, last time I did have one the whole time. He was a sweetheart. Like a really nice
a lot of
guy.
bodyguards are.
Like
Yeah,
a
he
hu-
would like take pictures
Oh.
of me with people, and at the end he was like, "This was really nice. Like, can I take a picture with you too, so I
Oh. A
can
lot
of them
show
are
my kids?"
Friendly
It's
giant.
like, oh yeah.
Hell
We've
yeah.
had some security guards at meet and greets that have just been the sweetest people.
Mhm.
They're nice, man.
What are
The one we had at MEO was so good.
True. They're lovely.
He was making jokes with the crowd and stuff. It was so cute.
What are your
Real children.
concerns to where you need a security guard? What are you worried about happening?
She's a
Yo,
woman on
oddly
Twitch.
enough, someone last year was like, "Yo, like I'll fight you at Twitch."
That was me.
I'm gonna fight, and he never did. I think his
I
name
was
was
scared.
like also Fitz or something. It was very weird.
Right. Yeah.
Anyways, that guy was a pussy. So
Okay, well, I was
How to
drinking water.
How to get people to fight you? Call the people that didn't fight you pussies.
no. I think like just general safety protocol.
True.
Luckily, nothing has happened, and I think this year I might have like less security. So maybe just at certain spots and not the whole time.
Do you organize it or did Twitch do it for you?
Depends. If it's gonna be at TwitchCon, then Twitch can facilitate those conversations. Otherwise, it's gonna be me.
Interesting. Because I could imagine some conventions going to the bigger creators and just saying, yeah, we need you to have security with you at all times.
Especially because sometimes, like, this is a weird flex. Sometimes,
Go
I'm gonna
off,
say
go
before
off.
you guys can. At cons, like, if you start taking pictures with fans and then a line forms and then a circle forms and then that becomes a fire hazard
Yeah.
and then security comes and they're like, you need to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Even though
it's
that's literally
legit.
what the conventions are for and that's what people paid the tickets for, but besides the point. So obviously they would rather just have someone there
Yeah.
with you ahead of time to
Yeah.
avoid those situations.
I wonder what our meet and greets are going to be like because we're pretty new to Twitch, but
I think you guys are going to be still popping.
We haven't
We'll have an audience.
always did.
we haven't done an American meet and greet since since the Misfits formed.
Yeah, it is true.
This will be the first one.
Cool.
Have people been talking to you guys about it? I'll see it.
Well, like fans.
I don't
and
even know if
stuff?
we've
Yeah.
announced that we're going to TwitchCon.
No, they know.
We
They
have.
know.
We announced a meet and greet.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah,
Did we?
I believe so.
Do you guys have a
I got
group meet and
I got a
greet?
DM from a YouTuber friend who said he might chill and hang. Blueprint.
I'll come to your meet and greet. I'll wait in line.
All right. Now you're just clout chasing. All right, straight up.
Oh, never
Yeah,
mind.
can you please come to a meet and greet? I think we need more people to come.
Yeah, true, actually.
I stand in line. The line behind me is.
True. No, bring the troops. That'd be lit.
Yeah, come to our meet and greet. I really want to get a photo with you.
Aw.
Right. I think it's important to note. This is our first real female guest.
What do you mean? Oh, what do you mean real female?
You know what he means.
I just think the wording was perhaps a little. Are you okay?
I'm
Aw.
horrifically offended.
Yikes.
I would
Me
walk,
too, to be honest.
I would walk out, but the lav mic is just annoying.
Fair enough. Can't be fucked.
No, but yeah, no, our first female guest on the
Yeah.
show. Thanks for
I
being
have
here,
to-
by the way.
I have
Appreciate
to
it.
ask,
No, thanks for having me. Oh.
what is it like being a female? Like honestly, how does that all work?
You gotta be more
Yeah,
specific.
can
Like,
you explain?
Toby's got his notepad
I
out.
just-
He's
yeah,
fucking-
I need to know.
I got you. No
trying to
worries.
fit in.
I know like there's something that happens like maybe once a month
You know,
that just is fucking terrible.
Yeah, that's when they get paid less than men.
When you
Yeah.
lose
Although
Twitch subs.
some
yeah,
people-
when my check comes in and
Yeah.
it's half of Fitz's.
Mm.
It's very sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
I was gonna make a joke there, but I just could not think of a good joke to make without sounding like a total asshole. So
I mean, you can go ahead and do that. It's cool.
Yeah, we'll just give it some time.
I have a Tesla Model S, guys. Just saying.
Anyways,
No, kidding.
I was gonna say that was actually something I wanted to talk to you guys about because I'm sure our perspectives are really, really different, especially on YouTube and Twitch.
Mm.
I was talking more like periods and stuff.
Yeah,
But sure,
you just have one.
it just happens.
Yep,
So what is it like? Your body just shreds an egg?
a full egg.
It's like
Yeah, so
Yeah.
basically, like
Are we
once
really?
a
Are we
month-
really explaining what a period
No,
is to
no,
swear
once a
insults on
month
the
you start
podcast?
getting.
I'm curious, man.
No, I'll tell you. You start getting like a lot of kind of pain down there. Like imagine a cramp.
Is it
like
like-
you
is
ate
it
something?
here?
Like you ate a
Really?
It's in
bad
your
tummy.
abdominal,
Yeah.
right?
So you feel like your tummy,
right,
like when you have a stomach ache, like right below that.
right.
Yeah.
Like where the
And
vagina is and
then-
stuff? Like
No, not under, like below.
Oh.
No, the
Yeah.
vagina's on the front, Pokey.
Yeah, on the front below. Anyways, so you get that pain, and then what you have to do is once it gets really bad, you like squat, and then the egg comes out.
Oh,
Yeah.
like a little
And then
chicken.
a few
Lays
days
a fucking
later,
chicken?
yeah,
Yeah.
it hatches.
So how many chickens have you had?
Have you seen our Minecraft server?
You don't.
That's all of
you,
them?
You can't count them before they
What
hatch,
what
bro.
percent chance is it that you'll get a chicken?
It's like
I
a
believe
rare?
It's an eighth. Same as Minecraft.
Okay.
Like, where do you think Minecraft got
Yeah,
that from?
makes sense. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
There's like a 0.1% chance of getting the shiny. You know?
Fuck, dude.
Ooh.
Oh.
Dude, I'm so glad I'm not a woman.
Word up,
I
dude.
thank God every day. I
It
wake
has
up
its
and I have
pros
a
and
penis.
cons. I won't lie.
What are the pros?
People give you money.
Mm.
There are no pros. She was just. It's
She's
just a
trying to be
saying.
nice.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, there's pros and cons to everything,
To everything in life.
including being a girl.
That's very true.
Oh,
Mm.
I have sometimes before your period, you will get really emotional. Like I'll just
Right.
cry about video games.
I
Like
think
the
Swagger
sm-
has that.
Yeah. I definitely do.
every day before Cube World comes out at night.
It's finally out, bitch.
Yeah, I
It's
know,
finally
I
fucking
know, I
out.
heard, I
It's
heard.
finally out.
Has it been worth it?
Dude, I haven't played enough of it because it came out a day before I had to fucking leave to go to TwitchCon to do
damn
this
it.
stupid podcast.
Honestly,
Can you believe you've been waiting on it this long and the developer dare drop it only a day
Dude,
before?
smack in the face.
Wole gave me a
It
key,
really
bro. He gave me a beta key. I emailed him and he responded and gave me a key, so I can't fault him.
Ooh, he gave
So,
you a beta
He
key?
gave me a closed beta
He
key.
insulted you and he dropped it only a day before.
It's true.
But
Okay.
but for context, he gave him a beta key because Swagger forgot the password to his account. He was gonna get a beta key if he knew the password to his account.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the game, we played it as soon as it dropped, we streamed it.
Mhm.
It felt a little empty still. I'm not going to lie to you. But
I
Yeah.
haven't
I'm sure
played
he's-
enough, dude.
I'm sure he's fixing it up.
I haven't played it. We haven't played it enough.
True. I mean, you played it longer than me. You played it like
Yeah,
what?
I played for 5.5 hours.
And what was your opinion?
I can't tell you off the bat, man. I have to play more of it.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey,
he has to-
this is a fucking subject for you. I'm
So
done
far,
talking
so
about
good
fucking
or not?
people.
We talk about it every
Talk
week.
about it
It's
every
actually
fucking
crazy
week.
at this
It's
point. We're
fucking retarded,
obsessed.
dude. It's fucking
At least
It's out. It's
now
out and done
everybody
with.
knows.
Okay. Well, I mean, obviously you're famous on Twitch. Poggers, guys.
Yo,
What was funny about that? Just me going host mode?
Like, I
Yo.
never hear that.
why'd people
Obviously, your
happy, bro?
face on-
Why'd people happy?
Why people happy
I
in the
lo-
comments, boys?
Yeah, that's like my favorite emote.
And you've been
Very
streaming like 6 years now?
Almost 6.
How
Holy
would you?
shit.
Coming up on 6, about 5.5 right now.
That's 6/10 of a decade.
That's true. That is quick
Very
maths,
good
my friend.
math.
That's 3/5.
Dude, you're firing right now. Your neurons are going crazy.
30/50ths as well.
Wait, what
Would
the
that be
fuck?
6100s?
Yep.
Dude,
sh-
120.
You had to think about that for a little too long.
I should have smoked before this.
Yeah.
Same.
How would you say that Twitch has changed over those 6 years?
Ooh.
Like for the best or for the worst, you know?
When did it?
Like what's going on with Twitch?
How long has it been Twitch for? Were you streaming on it when it was just on TV?
7 or 8 years, no.
Okay.
Yeah, it was owned a different platform. I don't even remember. But I wasn't on it when it was just in TV. I do have friends who have been streaming 10 years and they were on it back then.
Crazy.
I came in like once it was Twitch and it had kind of its cult following,
Yeah.
but before like it became so saturated.
Mhm.
So I think I was really, really lucky in that sense, in terms of timing. The way it's changed, I think overall for the better for sure.
It's
Yeah.
obviously got a few
She's like, what the
negatives.
fuck can I say right now about this?
No, feel free to ask me anything. It just
Okay.
depends specifically what you guys want to know about. Ooh,
How-
okay, I'll tell you guys what you really want to know. There used to be way more booby streamers, like all over.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
I know.
Like-
Like I'm talking like
I'm-
top 5 female streamers for sure.
Yeah, no,
Like-
I'm aware. Yeah, I'm
Must
aware.
be following the game for a
that's
while.
true. Wait, that's probably not something you guys need to hear from me. You probably already knew.
All right, weird assumption. What, you mean like 6 years ago there were more booby streamers or like 3 years ago? Or like when was
Again,
peak
I don't wanna
booby
say-
streamer time?
Yeah.
When was
I
the
don't wanna
golden
say-
age of Twitch?
I don't want to say like booby streamers,
Titty streamers.
like as a super negative connotation or something. What I mean
Twitch-thon.
is, it was. I mean, people would say I fall into that
I
category.
don't know, dude. You're not showing your cleaves.
I'm showing this incredible
Misfits
Misfits
merch.
logo.
That's right,
what I'm
baby.
showing. But yeah, I guess all I'm saying is, showing a decent amount of cleavage was a lot more common back then.
Dude, I
As
love
well-
it. Full respect. Play the game.
Use what you
Bullshit.
got, you know what I'm
Make
saying?
money
Like,
how you can
No,
make
for
money.
real though.
Yeah.
My point is just like a lot less girls just had careers as female gamers.
Yeah.
You know, and it was more so. But I think a big part of that was actually YouTube. Like, do you guys remember all those viral videos that were like, "These are girls showing the boobs on Twitch"?
You
blah,
remember
blah.
fucking?
Yeah, I used
you
to
remember the
make-
reply
Oh.
girls? The fucking girls that would do like RE and then just
Yes.
random shit.
Yeah.
And then it was just some girl with huge
On
gazonkers
YouTube.
with a fucking mole on her titty.
You know what's funny? People always talk about that. I literally never even
have
remember
no
that
idea
at
what
all.
he's
That was
about.
like fucking
Wow.
2013, 2012.
Like, but I was on YouTube at that point.
That
and
was-
I
that was-
never looked at the reply
Yeah.
girls.
Dude, well,
I swear, I never looked at the reply girls.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did
I
it-
don't even remember. Like, I was on YouTube at the time, but I don't even remember when you could do like video responses or anything. I don't remember that time.
I feel like that was before 2013. I swear.
It must have been like 2010.
Yeah.
So
I
the
remember
creatures
that
are
time
still
too,
around.
though. Mhm.
So that
True.
was like 1996.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So did you start streaming when you were in college or what?
I started streaming my senior year of high school.
Oh,
What a
Yeah.
nerd.
so you were 17,
True.
18?
Yeah, I was 17. And when I think of,
Crazy.
I've been thinking about this a lot recently. I feel like it's so weird that I grew up publicizing my life to an extent.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
obviously not as much as perhaps some other people or like kid celebrities or something,
Yeah.
but like
True.
going from 17 to 23, kind of pivotal years where you're trying to
Yeah,
learn more
hugely
about yourself.
developmental.
Massive
Right?
years.
And just like kind of having to consider so many people's opinions about myself online at the same time.
Mm.
I kind of just sit there and wonder, how did that affect me? But either way, it's interesting to look back on. So,
Interest-
17
And
to
it's
23.
fascinating because like Twitch is such a raw platform that there would be those people that are super committed to you that would have seen all the development and stuff. That would
Yeah.
be like amazing to see.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
interesting
god.
because my follow-up question was literally, in what ways do you think Twitch has changed you over the last
Mhm.
6 years?
Mhm.
I guess it's kind of a tough question, right?
I
Because
do
you
very
don't know
much-
how you would be like if you didn't stream,
Yeah.
I suppose. so.
Especially with something like Twitch, which is such a
Mm.
like huge part of your life.
And not only that, but it's also kind of a constant feedback loop as
Mhm.
opposed to YouTube comments where like you put something out and then you can read what do most people think about this.
Mm.
Twitch is like you almost are forced to give every comment equal value because you
Right.
see them at the same time, sort of.
Yeah.
And it's not like you can upvote comments yet. I'm sure they'd
No.
add something like that.
Mm.
But yeah, in terms of how it's changed me, I think, okay, when I first started watching you guys, it reminded me a lot of how I was at 17.
Hey.
Okay, I'm not trying to compliment considering we're like 22.
No,
Like-
let me explain. I
Fuck
think
yeah.
I like actually used to be like more vulgar, edgy humor, but that's like everybody in gaming, right?
Let's bring that back. Let's
Imagine.
We
The
need to
story.
Yo, that's my next
Join
arc.
the Misfits.
Good girl gone bad.
It was everyone in gaming.
Again, I
until-
said cordial invitation straight to my house. I want it to be at least this big.
There's hope, boys. There's hope.
We still need to do initiation.
True.
Oh my
True.
God. You want to tell the people what you said that
She got to smoke a bunch of weed with us.
Well, no, I mean, you listened to the acid episode, right? The
Yeah.
initiation we
Very
decided
interesting.
is we do acid and we baptize
oh, that's true.
each other. Do you remember when we baptized each other in that podcast under the
Yes.
sink? That's initiation. That's what that is. So
I don't know about
Oh,
They
yeah.
keep trying to ask me about drugs. I find like psychedelics very interesting and your drug stories, very interesting.
Mm.
And I think that that topic in general is fine as long as people are responsible and of age.
Mm.
But I just haven't done shit, so these guys are telling their stories, blah blah. I'm like, I just tried this game subs today. It was pretty good.
True. Code Misfits, by the way. Thanks to GamerSuts for sponsoring the episode. You were so good at this. It's crazy. I actually forgot all about that.
Yeah, that's
No.
And
my level.
she had half a water bottle of it. Now she's cracked out.
I really am. I forgot it has caffeine, and I usually don't drink caffeine. So I'm
Great.
feeling a little lightheaded.
No, this is going to be a good
If I
episode.
pass out, my bad.
This is going to be a good episode.
If I say something bad, my bad as well.
How did you get your name, Pokimane? Where did that originate?
Okay.
Because it's
you
actually
know?
it's actually
Oh my
pronounced
God. No.
it's actually pronounced Pokimane, guys.
Plus one. You
Is it
guys are still
really?
at 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because remember, you were in that meeting, right?
Mhm.
Because remember how they was calling her Pokemon the whole time, and
Yeah.
then we were like afterwards, like,
They really shouldn't.
why the fuck did
do
we?
that.
Why the fuck did they call her Pokemon? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And turns out that's actually
Is that really?
actually
Okay,
how
let
it's
me
supposed
explain.
to.
My
What-
name is. Okay.
Go for it.
Imane is my name. Iman. I know the E.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
French. You don't pronounce the E.
I-M-A-N-E?
Imane. My name, Iman.
Your first name's Iman.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So when I was
the
making,
fuck?
you know what's crazy? Actually, I don't know if I've ever said this, but when I was making my Twitch account, I remember thinking, oh, like maybe I'll care about this username someday.
Mm,
Probably not, but let me think about it
I
a
think
bit.
I had the same moment.
Yeah, really?
Yeah,
Insane.
crazy.
And obviously I just made it to like watch streams at first.
Dude, my mind is fucked.
What?
I can't get a Pokemon. Holy fuck. Holy shit.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
obviously
No,
the
you
game
guys
Pokemon
just learned something
and
new
Iman.
today.
Mhm.
Holy shit.
But I'm fine with and almost prefer people calling me Pokimane because like I'm not trying to catch a Nintendo lawsuit, you know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
True.
It's
Fair
fine.
game.
Yeah, I'm
Fits-
Pokimane.
200
Pretty much
IQ.
the first 2 years of Fitz's career, he could have been trying to catch a
Let's avoid this
Nintendo
subject,
lawsuit.
please. Nintendo, if you're watching, shout out. Love you.
Hey,
No, I think it's
we
also
do.
the fact that like when you read Pokimane or
Yeah.
Pokemon, it is kind of phonically spelled Pokimane,
Mhm.
and you don't want to be like
in
on
English.
Twitch every time. Actually, bitch, it's pronounced Pokemon.
Yeah. So
Whatever.
moral of the story,
Mais en
you're an
français, c'est
idiot.
Pokimane. Why can't y'all just speak French with me, man?
True.
Pokimane. Yeah.
I
French.
surrender.
That was a really good joke.
Thank
Bailey.
you.
You're welcome.
What were we fucking talking about?
Some
Twitch.
shit.
Twitch.
Whether it's changed me.
Yeah. You changed Pokemon.
I feel like that's a
The
pretty
thing is,
impossible
I
question
think
to answer.
whether or not I streamed, the majority of my friends would have been made through gaming because I
Mm.
was already so
You're a big gamer.
deep in that. Yeah, like all throughout high school, I had like my normie school friends. I don't know about you guys. And then after school, I had my real gamer friends. And that's who I spent the evenings with. You
Gamers
know?
can relate. Am I right, boys?
Am I right?
Am I right? True though. That's actually so true.
Leet in the chat, guys.
Yo, Woot, bro. W-O-O-T.
Let's bring back Woot. That's the next
Dude,
one.
can
we're
we bring
bringing
back Woot?
Oh, God.
We brought back
What was the other-
Gangsta.
We brought
Yeah.
back gangster. We
I
bring
brought
back
it-
Woot.
Taking care of your mental health is
Turn
gangster.
the fuck up, dude. Mental health. Take care of yourself, guys. For real.
We care.
No, but like, so you were gaming before Twitch,
Mhm.
and then you started streaming,
Mhm.
and then how long did it take until you started blowing up or becoming like making big cash or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't know.
Making big cash.
Making big cash.
Look who's talking.
Okay, I'm not that rich. right?
We've all
Everyone
seen the
knows that.
YouTube videos, okay?
Okay.
So my first few streams, basically what I would do, I was an SEO professional, even at freaking 17, all right?
What's
I had a
SEO?
Tumblr.
Hi, what is that? SEO?
You guys are YouTubers and you don't know what SEO means?
Just tell me what an SEO is. It's really condescending.
I'm so sorry. Search engine optimization.
What the fuck? That's some nerd
Oh,
shit.
like
It's called clickbait. You guys know what you're
Oh.
doing. And
Yeah.
tagging, whatever the hell,
Oh.
right?
Tag.
Tagging.
what? So you were all into like
So I had a Tumblr. And
Oh shit! Tell us about that.
is that still public?
oh, Tumblr's, yeah.
What fandoms?
I
were
hid
you,
a lot of this stuff.
What fandoms were you a part of?
None.
None.
Literally none.
Is it
Except the League of Legends one.
is
Like
it-
the League of Legends tag was poppin'.
You didn't draw.
Do I
any
say
fan
tag
art?
weird?
Tag.
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 Frick.
We
Tag.
all talk weird on this podcast. You know, we got fucked up accents.
I'm Canadian, eh? But yeah, I would just like post my stream link and then be like playing some games if anyone wants to join me, and then I would tag League of Legends. And that's legit how I got my first like 5, 10, 20 viewers. And then one of my viewers was a fan of another streamer's, and he was like, yo, come check this girl out. Then it grew a bit, this and that. It was very, very like steady,
Yeah.
gradual growth.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like being really excited when I hit like triple digit viewers, like
Nice.
100, whoa,
Yeah.
and then 200, and then getting partner.
Mm.
Oh wow, the good old days.
It is crazy to look back on those times,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Look back.
I'm so sorry, Toby. Guys, Toby on the telly on Twitch. Check him out.
Please.
He has great. He streams every
I'll add
day.
you to my auto host.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Fuck,
Business
dude.
tactics,
Dude,
bro.
this is the only reason I'm on this podcast.
Thank God we met
Poggers.
Pokimane, honestly. Just views everywhere,
Changing my
bro.
life.
It's crazy.
Oh yeah, and then, like interestingly enough, by the end of that high school year, so it had been 6 months into streaming, I was averaging like 1 to 2K viewers.
Really?
6
In
months,
one-
1 to 2K viewers is actually pretty freaking good.
That is
Yeah.
from nothing,
That's pretty
too.
insane.
Yeah. But
That's crazy.
But it was always like so ingrained in my brain that it's like you do your 4 years in high school, you work really hard, and then you go to university, and you get you become a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer. That's all the options Middle Eastern parents
What
give you.
about
That's
a
it.
crack whore?
A what?
A crack
I
whore.
don't think you can study that.
Crack whore?
That's
Oh,
the
a
beauty
crack.
of
Oh.
it. Whore.
Ah.
whore.
I didn't really hear that second word.
No.
A
I
whore who
said
does
whore.
crack.
I think you go to college for that.
True. You go to community college for that.
Community
That's
college.
right. That's a community college.
It's a minor.
It's a minor. Yeah.
A minor in crack whore.
That's what you get if you're in a frat house.
I thought you get roofied. at
Unintentional.
frat houses.
I actually have a story.
Oh no.
No,
Yes.
but my friend almost did, and I had
Oh.
to save her.
Dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell that story? Or can you not?
I'll try to TLDR it basically.
Okay.
While I was in university, I probably went to like no parties, except maybe one. But I went back to my
Loser.
hometown. No,
Fucking
actually,
nerd.
literally,
Sitting on her
yes.
fucking computer. talking
I
to
don't
losers
even
on
debate it.
streams.
Really though. Actually, my whole house like lightly bullied me for it.
Aw.
You gotta go outside.
If you're like
Oh,
making
like,
racks on
that's
Twitch, so who
true.
gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying?
I won't be in debt in 2 years, y'all. What about you?
Like, true.
But yeah, I went to a club once with my friend, and it was like my first club experience. And we both like met guys, and I lost track of her, and I was like, oh, like, are we going home? And the guy that I was hanging out with is friends with the guy she was hanging out with, and he was like, yeah, they already went back to our house. Like, I can take you there to get her. I was like,
Monkey
okay,
ass.
yeah, a little bit,
Yikes.
Monkey ass.
a little bit, but like, I'll put up a fight.
Okay.
So he brings me back, and it's a frat house, and it was exactly what you'd picture in the movies.
Really?
Yes, like random couches that are dirty, people just like passed out. Like,
Seth Rogen's there for some reason. Like,
why?
And going. Yeah.
crazy.
Oh yeah, he kept trying to make a move, and I was like,
Seth
I'm just
Rogen?
not about it.
Yeah.
Yes, and the guy I was with, kind of at the same
Wow.
time.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like, just one or the other, please.
Well, now we're never gonna get Seth Rogen
just
on the
didn't know
podcast.
Yo,
Come on.
Seth Rogen.
Come on and defend yourself.
Seth Rogen response. No.
Just kidding. Please, no allegations. I swear.
No. So two random guys. Not Seth Rogen.
No. It was just yeah.
Just
Okay.
that guy.
Yeah, he brought me, was hitting on me. I was like, nah, I'm good. Can I just please find my friend? He tells me she's in a room with this guy. And I'm like, can I go see? And he's like, they're probably just like hanging out, probably not trying to cock block.
Probably just hanging out. Yeah, just a little bit of hanging
What was
out.
what? Was he Louis C.K.? What is this? Like, what?
Yeah, dude. He's a gentleman.
Of course.
Nice guy.
Of
My
course.
Nice
lady,
guy.
I will now ejaculate.
But I know my friend and she's not that kind of girl. So I was worried about her. So he finally let me go. I go to the dude's room, I knock. He doesn't open the door. He opens a crack. And he's like, yeah? I was like, is my friend, let's call her Melissa. Is my friend Melissa in there? He's like, yeah, don't worry about it. He's like, goes to close the door.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I was like, wait, like, let me see her. And he's like, nah, she's fine. Melissa, freaking calling out to her. He finally, like, cracks open the door further. I put the pants on, I don't know. And the look on her face is just like, please save me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I like make up some random excuse so we have to leave. And she tells me later that he was really, pushing things. And I feel so bad because she's one of the girls who just like has a hard time saying no,
Yeah.
It's like this close from traumatizing. I was like,
Yeah.
girl, let's freaking go. Sorry, this is not the boys' locker room talk,
No.
but you asked
that's
for
a
the
good
story, so I
I mean,
told you.
no.
No, good on you
I
for
mean-
checking on your friend, for real. Man.
And
That's-
the way to go
You
full
gotta be a
circle, the
homie.
frat guy was me.
dude.
That's a gamer moment.
You know Seth Rogen?
Epic gamer moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Okay.
Yeah, my friend Roof.
You guys have better crazy
yeah,
party
my
stories.
my friend got roofied at his own party.
Straight up?
Yeah, he was on acid too. It's
That
pretty
sounds like a bad combination.
really fucking bad combination.
You got roofied by a girl?
No.
Or like a guy mixed the cups? Like,
Some guy was going to roofie, I'm assuming a female, and then my friend
Whoa.
took the cup, just thinking, oh, it's just a cup of
Oof.
alcohol. It's my party, whatever. It's mine.
Mhm.
And then he just drank it while he was on a tab of acid.
wow.
And so acid keeps you awake. You can't go to sleep on acid. So he's roofied, which is
no.
trying to knock him out, and the acid is keeping him awake. So he's fucked.
That
Like,
sounds
super fucked.
terrible.
And he's just sitting in a chair, apparently. He recalls the story, he doesn't remember much, but he's saying, like, his friends were just like, oh, you're fucked. And just sat him on a couch, and he just said, like, he was seeing wacky hallucinations and shit. He didn't know it was real. He thought he was dreaming the entire thing.
So it's just fucked up for like the next,
Dude.
10 hours?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Holy
He was
moly.
really fucked.
That's
But
crazy.
yeah,
Living
he
the
saved the girl,
dream.
though. So
Have you guys
fucking
seen?
salute.
There was a girl that got roofied on stream.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
What, got on an IRL stream?
Yes.
Ooh.
Dude, Twitch catches the most interesting moments.
Yeah.
Like when you live stream everything. Like you literally see him sneaking it.
That's
It's
Wow.
fucked.
insane.
Did
yeah.
they catch
You
the
go to
guy?
jail?
Or?
I don't know.
Did she drink it?
I don't think so. No.
That's good.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah.
watch your drinks.
You
Don't
watch
drink
your
unattended
fucking
I
drinks.
have a friend. I can't say who. He's a streamer. He got roofied on stream.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Like he was live streaming too. Like you didn't see him getting roofied, but he knew throughout the night, and he was just like getting progressively worse and worse. And I think at one point he kind of blacked out or something.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
What do you do when you get roofied? You just go to the hospital or do you go home?
I don't know.
I think you try to go
I don't
home and
know.
hopefully stay awake
I don't
long
know,
enough
I don't
to
know
go
what
home.
those date rape
I
drugs are.
feel like you just go to the. Although America doesn't have free healthcare, but in a good country, you'd probably go to the hospital and be like,
Good
"Hey,
country.
I think I got
Ooh, the
roofied. Can you pump
shade."
my stomach?"
Imagine being NA. Imagine. No.
Can't be me. I'm Canadian. Okay.
Canadian, true.
Canada has healthcare, right?
Canadian land.
Okay. So where did this little story coincide with your Twitch growth experience?
I don't recall.
University, college?
Oh, yeah. So,
Yeah, how
Were
the
you-
fuck do we get talking about roofies?
oh, I
That's
think
the
we were
Misfits
talking about
podcast.
university and college and whatever.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're talking about frat houses.
Were
Yeah,
you-
frat houses. And then I made the joke about the roofies, which was really funny. And then we talked about some really
Actual
serious shit
roof.
afterwards.
Let's recreate the entire conversation
My
again.
bad.
When you say that you like were stayed at a house, was it like a dorm or was it like just a flat with people at college? I mean,
Where I stayed.
yeah, while you were streaming.
So
and stuff.
first year there was like a dorm room.
Okay.
That's where I stayed, and I lived with 3 other girls.
And you streamed out of a dorm room?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then the next year we moved into a little house.
nice.
Cool.
Fun.
It was very nice.
Oh.
Good times. But yeah, basically I was just so like it was so ingrained in me, like you have to go to university. There's no other option. But also I think at that point it wasn't so common to be making a living off streaming.
Mm.
And then second year into university, engineering is freaking hard.
Yeah, what were you studying?
Yeah, I was studying chemical engineering, and my school. So what they do is like a normal course load is, let's say, 5 classes. They give engineering students 6 because they want to filter out the shitty students.
Right.
Yeah, they just want to fuck you in the ass.
Yes, it's
They want to make your life
insane.
hell.
Why? And so trying to manage that and streaming a decent amount of time, you can imagine I had no social
Oh,
life.
How
Oh,
much
yeah.
were you streaming at that point?
At least
every
like
day?
3 times a week, which is literally what I do now.
Right.
Yeah. 2 years into it, at one point, like sponsor money started coming in, and I was
Mhm.
like, oh, this is like legitimate, stable income.
Mm.
And I was like, Mom, Dad, let me take 1 year off and see where this goes.
So like a leave of absence so that
Yes.
you wouldn't have to re-enroll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And basically, the way I pitched it to them was like, either this goes well and I make something out of it, or I just save up a ton of money, because I was already like 20K plus in debt from college. So either way, it's beneficial for
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, and if streaming failed, just become a stripper. Parents
That
wouldn't know it.
too.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that was my minor at the time, actually. Not
And if a
crack
stripper
whore,
doesn't
yeah.
work out, just become a hooker.
There's like levels, you know, that you just kind of bounce
Yeah.
down. Like the more
And
you
if hooker
fall.
doesn't work out, become a crack whore.
There's always crack.
It's
Guys,
always crack whore.
it's good to remember, if you're stressing at uni, there's always crack.
Yep.
Okay? Like, guys,
Actually,
Can we turn up for
I
crack
have,
real quick?
I have a friend
who did crack?
in uni
Was
who
it Seth
did
Rogen?
a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It
I
might
did-
have
I
been
did too.
Seth
My friend
Rogen.
Dave. Dude, my fucking friend Dave's a dude.
No,
Dave.
let me
Shout
tell
out
you
my
to
friend
what
Dave.
level. He was, let's say, a science student of sorts, whether it was
Same-
chemistry or
same-
biology or
same with
whatever.
Dave.
Made me.
Really?
Yeah.
He had access to the labs at our school.
Did he have cancer?
And so he would make the drugs at our labs in our university.
Did he
Yeah,
live in an
my-
RV?
my-
Wait, is it the same Dave?
No, probably not. Yeah, my Dave didn't synthesize it in the lab. He just fucking did it in the kitchen.
A synthesizer.
My dude knew it was up too.
He was resourceful, man. He snorted freebase DMT, which you're not supposed to do.
This just sounds like your friend
Oh.
was Walter White and your friend was Jesse Pinkman. That's what
Dude,
this was.
it's entirely possible.
My drug friend at uni looked like Jesus. He had a big beard, long flowing hair, a sort of Jesus-ish build, as you would
Hippie
imagine
dude.
Jesus looking.
Did he have disciples?
Had disciples, mainly the people that bought the drugs off him, and we used to
They just follow him around at all times.
do drugs.
Cool, man. Turn the fuck up.
His name wasn't Dave though.
That's a
I don't
disappointment,
have any
actually.
like personal drug stories, but I have like drug related stories. I have one from uni. So I'll
Okay,
tell you guys
for
that
it.
one. So, and it's just very odd. So we lived in this nice little house, and one day I got some mail, as I literally never do, because when you're like renting a house in uni, like you never use that mailing address for freaking anything. I got this little envelope, so I open it up, and it's a birthday card, and it's from, I think, like, not Holland, Netherlands.
Oh.
It was from the Netherlands. And I was like, I have family, like, not in the Netherlands, but sort of close. So weird. Birthday card, it's like November. My birthday's in May. It's like weird. I open it up, and it's just drugs.
What kind of
Oh.
drugs?
So I obviously didn't know. I know nothing
What
about
did it look
drugs.
like?
It looked like yellow gems.
MDMA?
I don't know.
I
So,
don't fucking know what MDMA looks like.
okay, sure.
Yellow
So,
gems. Were they like
yes.
spiky crystals or were they
don't
like
worry. Sorry. Okay, one
Okay,
step
keep,
at a
keep
time.
On, keep on going then.
So, me very confused and scared. I was literally thinking like, I have drugs. The cops are gonna like burst through my door. Oh
I'm
my
literally
god!
what happened.
shaking.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was monka-essing, as you would
Yeah.
say. Very concerned, had no idea what to do. And
You just throw them out.
I had-
flush them down the toilet.
you know my friend, the guy in the chemist lab?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the only friend I knew well enough that knew a lot about drugs.
Right.
So I asked him. I was like, "What does this mean?
Is it
Who could
pure?
have sent this to me? What's going on?" And he's like, "I don't know. Let me see." So he takes them, brings them to our school's lab, and tests them.
Fucking homie, dude. Dude, I'd chill with that motherfucker.
He He tested them in the lab at his school. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
good.
We need to get this guy on the podcast. All
This
right.
guy seems like a
Honestly-
fucking legend. Can you hook us up?
I'll do my best. And yeah, he said it was like very pure MDMA.
I was
Wow.
right.
There you
And I
go.
was like, well, I don't do drugs, so let me flush it down the toilet. And that's when he went from a friend to a foe. He was like, you're not flushing that shit down. That is some good stuff. And I was like, what do you mean? Anyways, yeah.
Oh, he's
It
trying to
was-
make a buck.
You
You know?
just take it off your hands?
He might have.
Allegedly?
Allegedly, he might have. Hypothetically, he could or could not have.
Hypothetically, he totally
all we're
did.
saying is Pokimane gave her friend some candy.
Pokimane drug dealer
I
confirmed?
still, no, to this day, I have no idea how it got to me. Or
Sure.
like who sent it.
Sounds like someone from the dark web ordered
Mm.
drugs and put the wrong
seriously.
address.
Yeah. That's
But
what, that's
no,
what
my
friends
name
do.
was on it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the weirdest
Oh.
part. Like my first and last name.
Were you
Maybe
a
it-
streamer at that point?
Yes,
But I
but
guess they wouldn't know your address.
right?
Yeah.
It wasn't an address that was ever leaked or anything.
Yeah, and your
Maybe-
stream
Was
probably
there a
doesn't know your
return
last
address?
I don't think so. I just remember I think like a stamp from the Netherlands or something.
Maybe it was just a birthday present from grandma. You never know. I
name.
mean,
True.
Turn up for
Maybe.
your birthday.
But at least now I know like that's what they hide it in birthday cards.
it's like, have fun getting lit, dear. You know, it's like, why not? I want to.
Thanks, Gma.
I want to talk about something you tweeted yesterday.
Yes.
You tweeted saying that you were
Oh.
confronted in the street by a sugar daddy.
Mm.
Yes.
What
Jealous?
happened there?
So, Joe. Oh.
That's my dream.
Next, okay, the most surprising response I got was just everybody wanted to hook up to this person. So now I know next time it happens, I can facilitate.
I would
You know?
100% have a sugar daddy. I don't give a
You're
shit.
gonna love one of the parts of this then. So, I literally walk out of a coffee store, and immediately after I walk out of a coffee store, by the way, I hate saying this. I live in Beverly Hills, but it's because it's the only
Okay,
place.
big flex.
No, it's because it's literally the only place that me and my 6 roommates could find a house with enough room so we could all split.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that
The
was
rent.
nice enough and was under 50 mil, you know?
Okay. It's actually like the rent we pay because we all split it is probably less than a 1-bedroom apartment
Yeah.
in a shittier place. But anyways, so I'm in a Beverly Hills neighborhood, like very safe, nice, like family-oriented neighborhood. I walk out of a coffee store, and right beside it is this guy wearing like a white blouse, some pants. He had AirPods in, I specifically
Okay,
remember.
big flex.
He looked like, yeah, actually. And he spoke to me the whole time with the AirPods in, so it was like double flex.
Dude, he was just having a business meeting.
No one should be talking to
Ruthless.
you.
He wasn't even talking to you. It's just on the fucking phone. Like, no thanks.
I wasn't the sugar baby in that scenario. Yeah, so he's chilling there. I want to like describe it visually.
Sure.
What did he look like?
Yeah, that's what. So he looked like at least 30, maybe late 30s, maybe 40s.
So not too old.
He had like blonde, dirty blonde hair, and it was thinning a bit, and he was a little red.
It's just me.
Yeah, what the fuck?
No.
Was it-
He was like my height
Oh,
too.
okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
me. Not me. Definitely not me.
It's his brother.
Yo, brother.
I got 2, but they're both just
Oh,
as tall
yeah.
as
They're
me,
also,
so
yeah,
that's
they're
not,
huge.
That's not what it
Holy.
was.
Okay, so yeah, I'm walking and I see that he kind of looks at me. By the way, like this is the like I walk out of the coffee store like this and I'm starting to walk on the other side of it and he's on that corner. So we kind of make eye contact and I see he's kind of looking at me, but I I just like to avoid. So I just look away and I start walking towards my house. And he runs up behind me and then he goes, "Excuse
Is
me."
it full on sprint?
Fucking.
A light jog.
A light
He
Yeah,
Naruto
to
runs
catch
over.
up.
So he's like,
Like he took a few seconds to decide whether he was going to approach me or not. You know what I mean?
Mm.
so he was like,
He needed to closely
Yes.
analyze.
Yeah.
Yeah. Understandable.
And I got to say, every time someone does that, it is the most frightening thing ever. I don't know why.
if somebody's
imagine.
running
Can
behind
completely
you,
imagine.
Yeah,
Like,
would
I-
imagine.
Just like, even if it's just like a light tap, like just the act of someone approaching me in public, I'm like, I like screamed a bit. And he was like, sorry. And I was like, it's fine. And he said, oh, I was wondering if I could ask you something. And I was like, oh, what's up? And he said, I'm moving into the area soon. And I'm getting a 1-bedroom apartment, like in this area, blah, blah, blah. Do you know if it's hard to get street parking? And
What a
yeah,
weird
I was,
question.
I know, but I was like, well, I don't know. Maybe people ask this shit.
Pretty
I don't
good
know. So I said, I think like street parking
Sounds like
is
an
really not
undercover
that bad.
cop trying to use code.
True.
I was wondering if we could get some street parking.
I said, yeah, I got some street parking.
And then you gave him some
The MDMA from earlier. Full
Full
story.
circle.
Okay, so I told him, I was like, oh, I think you can get like a parking pass from the city. People, like roommates that I have applied for one, it was easy, blah, 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 blah. Told him what I knew, but I also said, I don't know much about street parking. And he goes, oh, okay, so it's not that hard. Thank you, I appreciate that a lot. Most people wouldn't like answer this or whatever. I was like, no problem. About to leave. And he goes, wait. Do you live in this area? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, what's it like? Nice, family friendly. And he goes, there's something else I want to ask you, but I'm not really sure what proper etiquette is for this sort of thing. And
You
I
to
was
the
like,
whole sugar
You want
baby
to
scene.
fuck? Yeah.
no, listen.
Nah? All
He
right.
doesn't even say that.
It's like, I would like to propose an arrangement.
Better. He thought the AirPods weren't flexing enough. So he goes, yeah, I don't know how to ask this. And I was like, okay. And he goes, but you see, I'm from New York and I have this friend. He works at Google. We both work at Google. And he told me that this area was the area where you can build sugar daddy, sugar baby relationships.
That
And
makes total sense.
That's
Really?
That's kind of like
Perfect area.
Does it?
Yes.
But he said like, the way he said, he was like, just like any girl on the street, like just walking around on the street.
It's
I mean,
LA.
in fairness, he does seem pretty polite about it. He's like,
Yeah.
look, if you're interested, it's totally cool,
We
but
could
I
build the
heard.
foundations of a sugar daddy baby relationship.
When he said that, I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not an expert on that topic. That's literally what I said. I was
Wow.
like,
I'm not an expert on
yeah,
that topic.
is this
Yeah.
the area for it? I do not know.
Sorry, I've only had 5 sugar daddies. Not quite expert
Not
level
7,
yet.
yeah.
I mean, you realized at this point that what he was asking you. He wasn't actually asking you about, is this area good for this kind of thing?
Yeah,
To
you
some
just-
extent. And
Or were you just like,
he
confused
followed it
then?
up too. When I was like, I don't really know. He said something like about the area. And he said, yeah, he said just like everybody, like most random girls on the street are just like fine with this sort of deal or whatever. And I was like, sorry, I really don't know. And he said, another thing, like, is it a relationship that always has to be sexual? And I was like,
Most sugar daddy
This guy have
things aren't.
Asperger's?
Like,
What the fuck?
no, he really did not seem like off in that sense. He just seemed like much older and looking for a sugar baby. And I said, I don't. At that point, I was like, I was like,
Go on
I
Discord.
don't think it has to be sexual. I guess it depends on the girl.
a lot
I
of
was like,
sugar daddy stuff
sure-
isn't sexual at all.
Really?
I told him, I was like, I'm sure
How
some
are you
girls might even
well-versed in this?
prefer that.
Oh,
He said
are
research.
you kidding me? Do you know me? My dream in life is to marry rich.
Yeah.
He mentioned, he was like about picking them up on the street. He was like, yeah, because like I would never use a website for that. And I was like, really? Like I would think a website is a better place to do this sort of
That's
arrangement.
creepy.
Yeah, and I was just really trying to dip from the conversation, and he was really trying to keep the conversation going. And just had to slide out of there.
So, have you had any interest in becoming a sugar baby, perhaps?
No, Twitch income's pretty decent. I won't lie. Have you seen my streams with Fitz?
Turn up, dude.
He's your sugar daddy.
Yeah. All right. Let's not.
It's
okay.
the other way around.
It actually
admit it.
is.
Yeah.
Sugar mama.
Yeah.
All right,
It's his
guys.
little sugar
No,
baby.
it's
Thanks
the
for listening.
donators. It's the donators.
True. Yeah, the donators are the real sugar daddies.
Yes.
Like, let's be honest.
Uh-huh.
Let's be honest. Instead of sex, they just love watching me kill your pets in Minecraft. That's all it is.
Odd, but we'll take it.
So how did you eventually dip out of the conversation? Like, what was the exit plan? Like, how did you get out of this one?
I just said, I have to go. Like, my roommates are waiting for me at home. That's always my go-to. Anyone's bugging me? Yo, I got like 7 roommates at home waiting for me. But everyone's on their PC, actually.
True. Interesting. I mean, I want to be mad, but I mean, this guy kind of just seems like he was like, hey, you know, just inquiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
pretty straight up. It's hard to hate on a man. that
No,
has that
I
kind of
wasn't
class.
hating. I was just taken aback. I think this has happened to me one other time, But the guy kept mentioning how young I was, so that was really creepy. Or how young I looked.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was very odd. And he kept, imagine meeting someone on the street. This was when I was still living in Canada. So I was like, I'm not from here. And he just kept saying, I can fly you out here again.
Wow.
Like, do not worry. It's like, I'm good, mister. Thank you.
Well, that's when you say like, which class? I mean, we're talking economy or like, what's the deal here? Like, what's going on?
Because I'll fly coach.
True. Interesting. I mean, this kind of leads into another question, perhaps. Let's talk about wacky interactions with fans or like weird experiences, like in general. Do you have any good stories?
I
there?
wanted to ask something.
Yeah.
What do you think, like being a live streamer or like a YouTuber, do you think it makes dating really hard?
Yes.
Mm.
Very hard. Sorry. It does make
Really
it.
Do you think it makes dating really hard?
Really hard, you know.
Oh no, stay with the accent. It sounded so much better. I think so because when you're not an influencer, people have no choice but to like you for who you are. When you are an influencer, they can like you for your followers
So it makes
or
it
your
easier.
money or whatever
Yeah.
it is.
That's why I
you
have
know?
this thing.
True, but I mean,
true.
but still,
Actually, true.
like you still have to tell them like pretty quick, like what you do, right? So
Yeah.
they still are
Yeah.
aware from the get go of like your numbers. You know?
Sometimes
No,
I
I
was
just lie to
considering,
them.
I just lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for
I,
months.
No,
That's
I
on
know a girl who's like a really popular YouTuber, and that's what she did on like her
Really?
first date with a guy. She just lied, and then by the end of it, she liked him so much that she told him the truth.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
okay. Like I guess
Yeah.
on the like the first thing you can
First
kinda-
couple dates,
impressions,
maybe,
man. You need
But
to
and then
make
they
still-
actually
liking
started
you for
dating,
you.
so that's cute.
Nice.
but I mean, there are so many people that will go to pretty far lengths to get some Insta clout.
Yeah.
Especially in LA.
Yeah.
Luckily, a
Fuck
lot
LA
of
dating.
people that are that shallow, it's very easy to tell that
Yeah.
they're that shallow.
Mm.
But then you worry about like if someone's really psychotic, they're just really good at
Lying.
yeah.
You never know.
They
There's a lot of
make
that.
you fall for them.
Yeah,
And Toby's like that.
yeah, that's me. That's
Ooh.
how
I
I that's
fell
how I
for
got
him
into
too
the
many
Misfits. Ever since I signed the contract, I mean, I've just been very upfront with them.
His true colors have really been showing lately.
Yeah, I'm just using all of them.
Regrets are happening.
You're sugar daddies.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, but it's just not working out as well as I expected. Yeah.
Unlucky.
I thought I'd be a millionaire by now.
It's taking a bit longer.
Give it time, all right?
Yeah, well,
Guys,
Misfits.
Misfits.store.
Misfits
Alright,
dot
yeah.
store. Look it up. True.
Oh,
What?
I want to say before we go back to that topic, how about you guys just like ask me questions you have for me? Just like if there's anything off the top of your head. If you're
What the fuck
if I
have you
ever
been
meet
doing for like the last
Pokey,
45 minutes?
no. I feel like you have like
Favorite
preset
food?
questions.
Oh.
Spaghetti. Like
Oh,
if
you mean just
think-
random things?
Because I feel like sometimes, especially when like you see me as just an online content creator or something, and you don't actually meet me in person, you might just have like, I really wonder if blah blah blah. Like I have these questions like I don't know, K-pop idols
Favorite
or random
color?
streamers. Blue.
Favorite flower.
I don't have one. No one
Oh.
ever sends me flowers.
would you ever get?
Oh.
Do you have any tattoos?
No.
Would you ever get any tattoos?
Maybe if it was small.
Where do you think?
Maybe my hands.
That's what Fitz wants as well.
I'm thinking about it.
He sees, he looks at my
Ooh.
hand tats and he's like,
Minecraft matching hand.
We both get mooted just like on the,
20K
on the
subs,
hand.
Damn. No, what you're gonna
20K
do
guys, let's
is you
do it.
both get a Minecraft bit on your pinky, and then you can put your hands together, and your Minecraft bits
Hey.
beside each other. But
Down?
What?
you get
Minecraft
Minecraft bits
bed.
on your pinkies, so you can put
Oh,
your
and
beds
then-
together.
And then we high five.
Actually, not bad.
I
That's
wouldn't
what it
recommend
Maybe if you
it.
put them on the side, like here.
Yeah, like this. I have pretty please.
Rapid fire questions, guys.
Sorry, I'm the
you.
person that just asked about tattoos.
He loves tattoos.
Tattoos.
How
I
do you,
might get a tattoo someday.
Yeah, tattoo.
how do you say it? Tattoo?
Tattoo.
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 Guys, please. I repeat the accent because it sounds good.
Okay, I'm gonna sip my
Not
water.
because I'm making fun of it at all.
I was watching an interview with some celebrity recently, and he was talking about how his wife does that. Like, if she hears an interesting accent, she repeats it back,
Yeah.
and you know,
It's
it's like
pleasant.
she just likes
You think
hearing
it's like
it.
mocking and insulting, but it's more like
No,
"Ooh,
not at
that's
all.
How he says it.
Oh, you know that line, imitation is the greatest form of flattery?
Mm.
That.
Yeah, if you could keep that to a
Tattoo.
minimum, that'd be great.
Have you ever had a really awkward dating experience that's notable? Like something like really fucking weird?
Probably. It's just hard to think of it because I honestly don't go on that many dates.
Do you get sent a lot of dick pics on Instagram?
Oh.
I never look at Instagram
Yeah,
thingies
but-
because of that.
yeah.
How quickly
But
did you learn to do
probably.
that?
I hear so many streamers, like female streamers, being like, "Oh, I see so many dick pics."
But it's like,
You
why
could
are you
just-
looking?
yeah, just don't
Sorry,
look.
no offense.
Don't look at your Instagram DMs.
I never get
Then
the-
again, like if you're at a certain size and you want to try to talk to as many people as you can
Yeah.
to get your
I
community
thought you were
growing,
talking
I
about the
get that.
dick.
Oh no!
If you're at a certain
Yeah, if you're at a
size,
certain
then
size.
yeah, just go for it. Yeah, completely fine.
Imagine.
Above 6 inches.
Yeah,
Above
then
six
you can
inches,
send.
Then yeah.
Here's my business email.
Hey, new iPhone camera, you
Unless
know,
it's
like,
like
I
unless
was
it's like
just
a
gonna
mic-
mention that tweet,
Yeah,
the
wide
banana
angle.
one.
Yep,
Very good, yeah.
yeah, true. So was there ever a time where you looked at your Instagram message requests and then like learned not to do it, or you just kind of
You guys don't know?
what?
Like I accidentally did that on stream once.
What, look
You
at your
showed
dick?
them? What, the
What
dick
was
was
that
on
like?
on stream? Oh, was it a good dick?
I don't recall. I clicked off that
You just
fast.
saw like the phallic shadow.
Yeah,
and you're
and
like,
the reason I'll never forget this is because I was like, I said something like, "Oh no, 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 no," and like the way I said it, I sounded like a sheep. And I remember because like
No?
people would
No, no, no.
maybe I was saying like nah, like
Okay.
bah.
Okay, bah,
ah,
bah,
No, yeah.
dick.
It was just an accident, you know.
I've showed a couple of vaginas on stream accidentally.
that's so high.
That's okay.
That's
Yeah,
terrible.
I was doing a.
Nobody. Oh, there used to be a girl when I used to use Snapchat. A girl would send me like a lot of nudes.
That's fun.
Yeah, not gonna lie, like they're
Mm.
pretty good. Like that was what she did,
Girls have cooler bodies.
like professionally, kind of.
Oh,
And
fun.
she just happened to really like my streams, so she would just send them to me all the time
So you
too.
look at him and be like, that's pretty good.
Not bad.
that's what Fitz does.
Opens
to
the
me.
next.
Every morning I
Wait,
get a
do you
shower
guys get a
selfie.
lot of pictures, like fangirls?
No, I don't fuck
I don't
with that
check,
shit.
dude.
Yeah, I
dude.
don't check
check
either.
I don't
either.
fuck with that shit. I don't like being sent nudes from fans. That
Yeah.
fucking that weirds me out. That's a weird dynamic I don't like.
Well, fair enough.
Good.
I mean, it is a weird dynamic.
Yeah.
It's very odd to
I'm,
be
uncom-
sent.
I'm uncomfortable fucking signing tits.
True.
It's just weird.
I'm not.
People
Yeah.
ask
I'm
that
not.
of you.
Yeah, mostly guys though.
Yeah. You know, a couple of women have done that. You know,
Mm.
I've done it the first 2 times. Like, oh yeah, it's a meme, sure. But after that, it's like you don't know how old
It's
they
weird.
are. You don't
That's
know
very
if
true.
it's, you don't know
Oh,
if it's weird
stop.
or if they're gonna be weird about it, or you know, if you
Yeah.
have to push on the tit to make it, you know.
Yeah, because
tense
believe it or
enough
not,
to
it's
actually
actually
write
harder
on
than
it.
it sounds to write on a tit.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's like writing
Like,
on a
it's
fucking
not-
water balloon.
Yeah.
It's fucking impossible.
Like your handwriting's all fucked up. You're like, sorry, like
Yeah,
it's not very
like,
good.
Sorry,
but-
it's a smudge. I could wipe it for you and try again.
Mm.
Have you ever had a fan?
That's really considerate of you.
Yeah, well,
Have you ever had a fan like tattoo your signature?
No.
shit.
Yeah.
I've got someone who has tattooed me. I signed their body and they tattooed it.
That's dope.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Mm.
What the heck? Yo, anyone
Dude,
watching?
totally get into a sex scandal, so he'll have to fucking wipe that off.
Oh.
Just have some kind of scandal.
What, you just tarnish his name completely?
Yeah,
so
tarnish
that-
your name.
Just
Just
ruined
to
my
fuck
career.
with
Tarnish your
just
name
to fuck
completely
with
for
Yeah,
this
dude,
one
it'd be
name.
hilarious.
Dude,
It'd be the
dude.
best
I'll do
man.
it.
There's someone out there with Bill Cosby on their chest, like regretting it so hard right now. Like,
Oh, there's probably a fuckload of people with pictures of Bill Cosby on them.
I guess.
Because I mean, the Cosby Show was huge.
But like Cosby on. I
I
don't
have
know.
a question for you guys.
Mhm.
Sure.
Do you think it's odd that sometimes people will come meet me and ask if I will kiss them?
100%.
Yes.
Depends what you
Okay, just making sure because like it'll
That's a stupid shit.
maybe on the chainmail.
Oh, go for it.
Thumbnail.
Oh, Fuck you,
That
White
chainmail's
Knights. Fuck you.
Literally a white knight right here.
Literally a
Yeah,
white
Literally.
actually, that's the reason why.
I'm your commander.
No, that's
Salute me.
He's the leader.
that's fucked up though. That's
no,
crazy.
yeah, I was gonna say
That is
because
fucking weird.
it has happened like a decent amount of times, like just for the picture.
Like on the
Like,
cheek or?
please. Of course, if I'll do it on the lips, they'll be fine. But then they'll be like, you can like just do it on the cheek, and I'm just like, no. But the reason I ask is because sometimes I feel like I don't know, like perhaps I lack perspective or self-awareness. Like, do I give off the vibes when I stream of like I will kiss you on the cheek?
Well, it's because these people that are asking for that are probably the same people that pose with showgirls and actually get kissed on the cheek.
Showgirl. Are there still showgirls at gaming
Well, like booth
cons?
babes.
Do those still exist?
I
I've
don't
literally
know.
never seen booth babes.
I've
I know
s-
they used
I've
to.
seen there a
I've seen a couple,
couple.
but
Do
they're
booth
all-
babes
they're all in-
kiss
they're-
you?
A booth
they're all
babe?
I feel like
they're
a
all
lot of
cosplay.
booth babes, if you'd be like, can you kiss me on the cheek, they'll do it.
They're all in cosplay. You know, it's fun. He does want.
Well, yeah, it's different at gaming.
It's role play.
Yeah.
I think
I've seen plenty of photos where it's like two booth babes kissing each cheek.
Just like hover hand them as they do it.
Yeah, you're not allowed to touch.
I think hugging's okay, but yeah, kissing.
Yeah,
is
kissing.
Hugging's completely fine. as
Kissing's
long
so
as you're not
intimate.
weird about
At
it.
the same time, you don't want to be like giving out 500 hugs. You know what I mean?
No.
It's a lot
I
of hugs.
do.
You do?
Yes. You can't say
You're
no,
better than me.
man.
That's actually very true. It is hard to say no.
Imagine they walk up, they do this, and you do this.
Fist bump, just like straight.
Dab.
I hate that meme is in our group, the dapping up
Dude,
meme.
dapping
It's
is
so
fucking great.
good.
Dap me up, bro.
No, it's good. It's just
So fucking
it's such
good.
like every single day I'll hear someone say, "Yo, dap me up real quick."
Hell yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
funny.
I'll tell you guys a good one real quick. I went to, I think this was at a TwitchCon, and this guy came up to me and he was like, "Do you want to see a magic trick? Like, I'm a really big fan of you." I was like, "Yeah, for sure." And so he puts out all the cards and he goes, "Pick a card." I pick one. I look at it. 4 of hearts. I put it back in. Oh wait, actually, he takes the card and he goes, "Okay, you need to kiss the card." And I was like, "This card," and I give it back to him, and he starts shuffling it. And then he goes, "All right, I'm ready to find your card, but you need to kiss me so that I can find the card."
What, is
I
this
was like,
it's
oh.
it's like
Oh,
faggot
man.
YouTube pranksters. The fucking gay-ass kiss pranks.
By the way, guys,
And
don't
you
forget to
start making
subscribe.
out, It's practically soft.
Who was the
Oh.
guy that did that? Like the weird, like
With
kissing
his
my
sister?
Kissing my
Mhm.
sister.
That was me.
That was so good.
Sorry, guys.
It was me again, guys.
It was Seth Rogen
Frat
again,
guy.
dude.
Seems like every negative thing it's me, but
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, just the oddest.
Did he ever
I mean,
finish
did you
the
kiss him?
situations. Yeah, and he actually found the card. It was incredible.
Oh my
the
God,
power of a
oh.
pokey kiss.
We
No,
love
I'm
it.
kidding. Of course not. I looked at him and I was like, "You really tried that?"
Mhm.
Yeah.
You should have been like, okay, and then spat in his face.
Oh my god.
He probably liked
Imagine-
that more. Like, let's be completely honest. These kinds of people, you just don't
He
know.
finds it immediately.
He's like, "Was this your fucking card?" Like,
Thin air.
just clicks his fingers like fucking like pears in his hand. His eyes are like ablaze. He's like,
Just gives off chakra.
He's a powerful being.
Yeah.
Powerful being.
I haven't had like super bad con interactions with
Like you've
people.
never
Just some
been,
creepy
you've
ones.
never been groped or anything in a crowd at those cons.
One guy actually did kiss me without my permission whatsoever.
You-
Just
you-
like went for it.
You punched him in the face, right?
I
White knight.
let me explain. So he comes up to me and I think he's going for a kiss and he just goes right for, I think he's going for a hug and he just goes right for the kiss. Like as if it's like very normal and casual. And I was like, what the heck? Like,
It wasn't
and
like
I
a
just
French
left.
thing where it's
mean,
like, "Mwah, mwah,"
Yeah,
Right?
you know?
that's-
And so I wasn't sure. I was
So
like,
was it-
maybe it was
wasn't
like
like
an
a- like a-
international person.
Like a cheek? Or was it like a lips?
No, it wasn't lip.
Okay.
If it was on lip, ooh, that's too much.
Yeah, so
It was on the
just,
cheek.
It was just a cheek.
Yeah, so I didn't make a big deal out of it because I
could've been
didn't
Middle
fully.
Eastern.
Yeah, I didn't give I didn't fully get the impression that he was trying to push that boundary. It's like maybe
Right.
just someone who's from a different culture. I just kind of
Yeah, I
dipped
guess
real
that's
quick.
Such
Sure.
an interesting thing. Like,
Yeah,
there are so many cultures where that's just perfectly normal.
yeah,
had a
and I
friend-
think in those situations, sorry to cut you off.
No, go for it.
Yeah, in like
Okay.
Berlin, or if I would go to France, I did go to France, and a lot of people are like that. If
Yeah.
it's more normal, then
Yeah.
it's okay. You can tell some dudes still like push it a bit.
Mm.
But in those situations,
It's
I
like
won't
you
really
give
make
the
a big
benefit
deal out
the
of it.
doubt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to make a big deal. And it's like, he's
Yeah.
like, I'm from Lebanon. Like, this is how we do it. Like, why are you being this
You
way?
disrespect my family.
But like in NA meet and greets, like, are you gonna ask freaking Ninja for a kiss on the cheek?
I
no,
mean, I
then
would.
please.
I go right.
I want
for
that
it.
ninja money, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I'd
Yeah,
grope his
true,
ass
true,
a
true.
little.
You were gonna say?
I was gonna say I have a friend from Lebanon that went to the same college as me,
Mm-hmm.
and whenever we hang out, he always be like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" And then he'd do the whole like,
Real?
Mhm.
on my
Yeah.
cheek. I'd be like, "Yeah, what's up, bro?" And
That
I'd
was
dap
just
him
because he
up.
had a thing for you.
Probably. He was a sick cunt. I like that. Shout out.
Cute.
cool. You know what's really crazy?
Mm.
A year ago, you were reacting to us on video
Yeah.
on
That's
live
true.
stream,
Yeah.
and now we're here.
I remember
doing a
watching that and I was
podcast.
like,
That
holy
is
shit,
insane.
Pokimane's watching our stuff? That's
Wait,
crazy.
I was like TOS, like do not, like
Yeah.
turn it off.
You watched the when girls play CS:GO one when I was talking
Mhm.
about with my quadrilaterals
Yeah.
and
Your
picking up the
polygons.
dumbbell, my polygons.
That's right.
I think we were all in, I think you watched that like we
We were-
watched you reacting
yeah.
to it like a day before we did acid.
That's
Yeah.
actually
Really?
yeah,
Sure.
actually that's very true because we were in
Whoa.
MBO
Oh,
together.
that's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
I remember being like so surprised that that turned into a video that people cared to see. And whenever that
Yeah, because
happens,
Fitz is irrelevant.
no.
Guys,
No, actually, because when you're streaming, like you never know what's gonna get clipped,
Yeah.
put on YouTube,
Yeah.
and then just
that's what
does
scares
the
me.
algorithm hit it or
That's what
not?
scares me.
And
Yeah.
sometimes it does, and then you look at the comments like, "Have I so obnoxious?" It's all just shitting on you, and you're like, "I never knew this was gonna be put out into
Yeah,
like
it's
the
like
world to
they-
this many people." Yeah.
Exactly. They think that you like
Yeah.
prepped this for 3 million people. In reality, you would just like stream into your normal
Yeah,
viewers.
and I'm like sitting there eating salad. I'm like, why the fuck does this girl eat salad while watching
So
videos? And it's like, live streaming, like, is that casual, you
Mm.
know? But I mean, it was really nice. I'm glad you guys didn't think I said some weird shit. I don't recall if
No,
I
I
said
mean,
some
you
weird
honestly just
shit.
complimented us. We were like, fuck yeah, we're doing something right. you know?
And I remember when I was watching, like, it just felt so nostalgic in a way because it reminded me of like all the groups of friends that I had when I would
I remember
play
you
games.
saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it made me sad because like when you stream and video games become your job, sometimes you like lose that. Like it's so cool that you guys make content together and you still have that group, but I don't really, you know, because it's just me streaming.
Right.
Though I have friends,
True.
especially my roommates, but we don't like play together all the time, nor do we have like the edgy gamer humor that you guys have, which I kind of missed because that's definitely what I grew up on as well.
Yeah. We were going to talk, actually, speaking of edgy humor, about like controversies and about whether we ever worry about.
Yeah, being
Articles and stuff.
canceled. Yeah.
I mean, have you ever had anyone try and cancel you for anything? Or
I mean, definitely the like copy strike stuff, which is
That's
not a real
right.
thing. The copyright claim stuff.
You need to specify what you mean by that because
What
people
happened
are
with
going to
it?
think of like, people are going to think you
Validity?
were out there trying to copy strike people that
Oh.
didn't deserve it. But
Okay,
I hate
so
how fucking copy strike is
Is
the
a
term
word.
I love
now.
it.
Oh, because of what? Alinity?
Yeah.
I guess,
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
yeah. So basically, there was this period in time. Basically, two things. One, a lot of people would make very suggestive, sexual, misleading
Pokimane
videos
Thick
about me.
Compilation number
No.
325.
It's like try not to come Pokimane twerks.
Really?
I've
Like
never
On
no
YouTube?
joke.
I've never seen
Yes.
Mm.
yeah, I'm subbed.
Try not to come.
Um, yeah.
What the fuck?
It
Is it-
on
Oh.
YouTube.
That's
shit.
crazy.
Especially the ones where they're like, she twerks on stream,
You know
and
what?
it's like
only
I've
seen the one-
never.
I've only seen the ones
on
on
stream.
Pornhub, dude.
But actually, like just straight misleading,
Yeah.
and sometimes it almost feels bad. Sometimes like use my photo, but they'll use like another girl's butt, and it's just like
Bruh.
way better butt than my butt.
Max disrespect.
Not even my butt, but still a great butt.
It's actually James Charles's ass in the
Yes.
thumbnail.
I'd click.
True.
So yeah, it was just these weird videos which I would sometimes take down. And then that was okay, that and another incident where me and Keem had some beef online. Keem deleted all of his tweets, but then somebody re-uploaded like
Right.
it was literally just like a chain image of all our like
All of
tweets
your
and videos
tweets.
and blah blah blah. And they uploaded it to YouTube. No commentary, no audio, no edits, no voiceover.
context, I guess.
Right? Yeah, it was like just those photos. And I had spoken to my MCN and I was like, is this something that I can take down? Because like I was getting a lot of annoying shit from it at the time.
Mhm.
And I mean, understandably so, it was something that we put out on the internet, so I get that.
Hmm.
But I was like, maybe if we like kill this, because Keem had deleted his tweets already. And I was like, I just want this whole
Like,
drama to be
wrapped up.
over. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I made not the right call, in hindsight, to have that video removed because I was also told it was within my rights to do so.
Mhm.
Because it wasn't like
It's just-
transformative per se.
Yeah, I mean, now you
Yeah,
just see it's just a bad look. Just to the normies that are
Yeah,
just watching it.
ex-
It's like, oh,
exactly.
she wants to hide this because she knows she's wrong. And
Yeah,
then
but it
they'll
was
use
more
that
so
as
like
the
I just
narrative.
didn't want to be in like all this drama, and
Yeah,
I
you just
wanted it to
wanted
like
just
pass.
fucking
Just wanted to
end it.
avoid
Yeah.
conflict. And
Yes.
it
Yeah, I
backfired.
mean that's
Sure.
the thing. Like, with drama on YouTube and stuff, it's like two people might fight and then make up
Hmm.
or whatever, or just be okay with each other, but that doesn't mean that the audiences do that. Like the
Yeah.
audiences
Yeah.
drag out drama for way
Well-
longer than anyone
Exactly.
cares
That was
about.
my biggest issue. I was like, me and Keem are over this, so I'd rather like
Yeah,
everybody
right.
kind of gets over it. But It's not really something I've kind of come to terms with. Like, if you put something on the internet, it's gonna be there forever. So I can see where that was my bad. And then yeah, that was really it. Those two things together.
That's what
And
you
then
can do.
like
You just gotta own your
because
mistakes, I guess. Or I
Yeah.
mean, not that it was necessarily a major mistake, but
But then I think because I've taken down like some of those inappropriate videos, people try to spin it as me taking down any video or
Right.
videos that aren't within my right to take
Yeah.
down,
Did-
et cetera, et cetera.
Did
I
that
mean, if
coinc-
people are
So-
re-uploading your fucking streams with no commentary,
Yeah.
it's your fucking content. And they shouldn't be.
But
profiting
people will
off of it.
still say like, people
Well-
will also think that like you shouldn't take down those videos either.
Well, I
Yeah,
think the
you're
argument is
explaining
that
them.
I think one argument is that because Twitch streamers spend a lot of time reacting to content,
Mhm.
they're like, what right do you have to copy strike others when you use this content for your stream? Like, what's your opinion on that?
I think it depends on the situation. For example, like it's different for me to watch something and add commentary to it versus if someone took my stream and made a video of them reacting to my stream or adding
That's true.
commentary to
Yeah.
it or making it transformative in any way,
That's
go
true.
off,
Yeah,
king.
they're not.
Like that's totally within your right.
Yeah, it's fair
But
enough.
if someone literally they go, okay, I'm gonna take from 5 minutes in to 2 hours in, I'm just gonna rip this and I'm just gonna re-upload it and throw
then
this
throw
title.
a bunch of
It's-
ads on it. Then
It's
Yeah.
crazy, like, because some of those channels must make actually quite a lot of money just from like
Yes.
literally botting. They
Yeah.
just bot clips.
I'm gonna become a Pokimane reaction channel.
I mean,
people are
I think
uploading
that's
clips of
fine. Just
yours,
add something
right?
to it.
But what's gonna be iconic about my channel is I'm gonna fully replicate whatever you're doing on the stream and do it in my reaction.
Oh.
Yeah, so like
I'd
I'll
watch that.
react to you reacting to Fitz, but I'll also be eating a salad.
The
And you're
same
dressed up
salad.
completely. Like, that'd be great. I mean, that's
That would be
transformative.
really funny.
You know,
Yeah,
that's satire at that point.
that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, so I guess it just depends.
Hmm.
It's rough.
Yeah, controversy sounds pretty whack because I think the weirdest part about it is that to the viewers, it's entertainment. You know, these people like they act outraged, but really I think they're just distracting themselves
Yeah.
and entertaining themselves. I'm sure some of them maybe are actually invested in the drama, but at the end of the day, all they're doing is just using this as another form of kind of like hidden entertainment where they feel like they're involved.
Well,
They
it's
feel like
like
they have a
that-
voice, you
It
know.
was like that Pro Jared thing when he came out with his.
Oh my god, that was
wow.
insane.
He came out with his response,
Dude,
and
crazy,
then he
man.
said like to address like why am I, you know, the drama is over. Why am I bringing it up now? And he goes, well, I'm sorry, it's not. It's no longer entertaining for you, but these are still serious allegations.
Yeah,
I have
which
to
is so
address."
true, right?
It's very. He made a good point.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that hits at home, man. Because like it's true. Like after the drama dies down and no one cares, like your
Yeah.
perspective, like as far as they're concerned, like they've already made their mind up about you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's kind of whack from that
it's
point
pretty
of view.
fun. You know, I mean, yeah, cancel culture is for the birds.
It's weird. I feel like at
the
that
birds?
point in
Yeah.
time,
Fuck the birds.
fuck the birds. At that point in time, I felt like I don't know why, but I felt like kind of a lot of scrutiny. Maybe it was because like it was close to after like Fortnite blew my channel up a bit more, and I feel like anything that I did during that time, people tried really hard to spin in a negative way, and that put me in like such a bad headspace for streaming.
Right.
Because like I'm just
Constantly
thinking,
worried.
how can everything that I'm saying be clipped out of context and
Yeah.
like just get me canceled
Like,
again, or
Was
whatever?
that too mean? Am I being
Yeah.
nice right now? Am I,
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
like a huge part of that stuff is, I mean, people are always naturally jealous of. I mean, there's a lot of people that are just naturally jealous of people in positions like ours, where we are, you know, doing well online, and they wish they could be in that position. And then there's also the whole thing with just that like wide perception of just all females on Twitch being titty streamers,
Mhm.
you know? And obviously that's not at all the case, but I feel like when you mix those two things, the jealousy and the titty streamer thought on the back of people's minds, they can just see
Not a
someone
good
like you who's
combo.
doing
Yeah.
really well on Twitch and also happens to be a woman and just be like, I want to attack this. But
Mhm.
like jealousy makes people do some fucked up shit.
Yeah. Well, it's bitterness as well, I think.
Yeah, bitterness totally.
I could be wrong, but wasn't the timing around when you were under all the scrutiny when Alinity was doing the copyright strike stuff on
It-
PewDiePie, or was that?
I think it
not
was.
so
I think it was
far?
after.
right?
It was
after?
definitely after, but those two things were like heavily related in a sense. Like because she had done that, it made what I did
think,
an even
yeah.
bigger deal.
So I guess
I
people
swear to
viewed
God,
yours.
There's people out there that think me and Alinity are the same person
Well,
or something.
yeah, you could. I mean, they probably thought of your thing as like part 2 of that drama. Like, oh, here we
Yeah.
go again. Like it's the
Yeah,
same
but
thing.
it's very because
easy to be
I
scapegoated.
know transformative content is like very much a gray area,
Yeah, fair use
and
and all that.
yeah, and I've like learned to avoid it to the best of my abilities. But I would never, ever, ever mess with content that is transformative or that someone really put effort into.
Sure.
Like as a creator, I recognize that even if someone spent an hour just like shit talking me, canceling me, whatever it is, you leave it up. Like you can't do anything
Yeah.
about that, right?
Yeah.
But people like ripping your VOD or
Yeah.
just random things like
People
that.
just taking your shit and re-uploading it. They have no right to the content. They
Yeah.
have no right to the revenue.
And the other thing is
I
like
say keep it up. Just claim it. Just take the fucking money.
easy
Yeah.
money.
Easy
Um,
bag. Secured.
And the other thing is like, I can admit I made a mistake. I just wish like the process of making a mistake, having people tell you, realizing it, and then owning up to it and doing better was a little bit easier on the internet.
People aren't
Which
allowed to
might be
make
a lot to ask,
mistakes.
but it's like I literally I took down a guy's video, and because of that, I'm like a Twitch thought that should die. And imagine like just thousands of people sending you that message like
Yeah,
over and
no.
over and
Man,
over.
it must suck to be a virgin. It must really suck.
Yeah, I mean, online.
I mean, you could be a nice version of the very. Come on.
Yeah, you're just not allowed to make a mistake online. Like according to as soon as you get put in any form of spotlight,
That's it. You're immediately the worst.
And even
you're
if you
you're immediately
apologize,
seen
you're
as
never forgiven.
above everyone, and people like that aren't allowed to make mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, and part of that is because you do have some responsibility when you're like when you have a platform, right?
Yeah.
But it also is, I don't know, it's a fucking wild animal to deal with. I can imagine.
I think it's like just good to accept, we're all humans, the people
Yeah.
commenting and the people up here.
Yeah.
Like I've made mistakes and I probably will continue to make them.
100%. Yeah.
Hopefully
you
you
make
just like
mistakes.
keep
This
people.
podcast, you fucking
There's just
Yeah,
no,
plenty.
There's no winning. There's no winning with cancel culture.
no.
Because you could fuck up and you can apologize, but now apologizing isn't enough for people.
Mm.
And
some people don't
an
even see
apology
it, and
isn't
then,
enough.
yeah.
And then some people will criticize your apology and
Well,
say that it wasn't enough.
this is
And
why
then you don't win.
you just
don't
do what we
win.
do.
Oddly
You fucking
enough,
play
though-
the game. Just don't play the game. Just
Yeah.
say fuck you. Just say fuck you.
Just do what we do. And
I
just,
can't wait to see you get in
Oh,
a
dude,
controversy.
it's
No,
gonna be
because-
great.
Fuck you.
because like the thing with us, I think, is that because we've been so edgy from day one,
Mhm.
like, and because it's a part of our brand, and people know us for being kind of like off the rails a little bit. If anything ever comes out like an article like, oh, I can't believe Swaggo said that 3 years ago, like, yeah, we fucking know, we love that shit. We were watching that, like it was great.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but how would you guys actually feel if maybe someday, like general culture was just like you don't use edgy words or whatever?
I still do it.
I mean, we've made the argument like countless times in the podcast about, just jokes and how they're different. And
Is
how-
there ever a point at which like you could get enough shit for it to make you want to change your behavior? You know what I mean?
I would have to actually believe in what I was apologizing for, and that
Yeah.
would be like circumstantial. Like maybe there
Yeah.
is something I've said. I could probably think of a couple of times I've like told a joke that wasn't funny enough for
Yeah.
to be that offensive, which is kind of the line you walk, where it's like,
That's the thing.
you gotta be
need
fucking funny,
You need to really
you know?
think about how you structure the joke and then how you execute the joke.
Mm.
Because if your joke rides a line and you hit it wrong and you miss the mark,
Mhm.
that's a fuck up, and
Yeah.
it makes you look really bad.
yeah.
I'm glad you guys are aware of that at least.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You should be.
The problem is that like in 4 years, maybe the jokes that we were telling will be like, what the fuck? That's
Yeah,
not
just
funny anymore.
Age
And then,
completely wrong.
but then you just get into the argument that you're getting with comedians these days, where it's like, dude, it was like eight years ago. It was a different
Yeah.
time. Like people
Different
told
time,
fucking.
different
Yeah.
culture.
So
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of where it's at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people shouldn't criticize other people for what they did 8 years ago or 10 years ago.
Hmm.
That shit needs to stop.
Yeah,
Making
like
through
what
Twitter
Hitler did
needs
was
to
like
fucking
what?
stop.
How long ago was that?
How wrong was he really, guys?
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, it was a different time.
kidding, guys, kidding. Telling
Kidding.
jokes on the podcast is what we do.
But just to make it clear that I was a joke. Yeah.
No, but how's it feel being on the podcast, being a big fan? We're coming to the end of the show. We should probably wrap it up. But how do you,
Really?
I mean, unless you want to keep,
Is it
I also keep talking. But
I mean, I'm really just happy to chat with you guys. I hope to see you guys more.
Yeah, you wanna
I
smoke
think
some
Yeah,
it'd be
weed
so
after this?
cool to visit. I think I gotta go home. I have to pack for TwitchCon.
Yeah,
Another time.
But
mom.
maybe someday
Mom,
if
they're
I join
offering me
Misfits,
weed. Pick me up. I'm scared.
Do you know Man Swagger Souls? He's wearing a weird hat.
He's got a
Yeah, no, I
fishing
had
net
a
on
great
his head.
time. I hope you guys had a good time. And I want to say,
Yeah, it was a great time.
from interacting with Fitz so much recently, I found that you guys actually have like a really wholesome community. And I think that's very reflective of you guys. As edgy as the jokes that you make are,
Yeah.
whatever
Shout out to the
you do,
boys.
I think you guys do a good
Shout out
job.
to
We're
the
family.
community.
Yeah, it's
True.
very cute.
That's why I like the podcast, because they get to see the people behind the jokes, and
Yeah.
yay. Cool. All right. Well, I
It's
mean,
been fun.
you know where to find
Agreed.
Pokimane. Twitch,
Yeah.
Twitter,
You mean
Insta. Pokimane. True.
ooh,
Sorry
just
about
say
it.
Pokey,
I learned
please.
About
some new
it.
fucking shit today.
Is your mind still blown?
My mind's cracked like an egg.
Everyone's going to be
Damn.
calling you Pokimane now.
Oh god!
I mean,
Imagine
we have-
because of this podcast.
We
is the
have an
thing.
influence.
We are influencers. We do this for a living. No. No, thank you for coming on the show. It's been
Thanks
awesome.
for having me.
Thanks.
I hope this isn't the only podcast I'll be on. I'll say that much.
True.
Oh, no, trust me, it will.
Come back. Come back anytime. Cool.
And I hope all the viewers enjoyed.
Thank you
Hell
guys
yeah.
for watching. As always, we'll see you next time,
Look
guys.
at her posing for the thumbnail.
Peace. Bye.
Peace out.
Easy.
I
Great.
have to pee.
I
True.
also-
Same.